वेलकम बैक टू क्रिप्टो साइबर सिक्योरिटी। और आज हम बात करेंगे क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग के बारे में। क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग एक तरह का कंप्यूटिंग है जिसमें डेटा स्टोरेज, सर्वर्स, नेटवर्किंग, सॉफ्टवेयर और दूसरा आईटी रिसोर्सेज इंटरनेट के थ्रू प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं। इसमें यूजर्स को कंप्यूटिंग रिसोर्सेज ऑन डिमांड बेसिस पे मिलते हैं, जो कि ट्रेडिशनल लोकल सर्वर्स या पर्सनल डिवाइसेस पे डिपेंड नहीं होता। इसमें कई तरह की सर्विसेज की हम बात करेंगे, जैसे कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस, प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस और सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस। इनमें से हर एक लेवल पे यूजर्स को डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ कंट्रोल और फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी मिलती है, जैसे कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मैनेजमेंट, एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट या फिर रेडी टू यूज सॉफ्टवेयर। तो देखते हैं, क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग इज ऑन डिमांड एक्सेस बाय द इंटरनेट। तो आप बस इंटरनेट से कनेक्शन होना चाहिए, आप पे आपका डिवाइस होना चाहिए एंड आपको जो है उसका पासवर्ड पता होना चाहिए एंड यू कैन एक्सेस इट फ्रॉम एनीवेयर बाय इंटरनेट टू कंप्यूटिंग रिसोर्सेज। और क्या क्या रिसोर्सेज आप अपने एक्सेस कर सकते हैं? एप्लीकेशन, सर्वर्स आपके फिजिकल सर्वर्स हो या वर्चुअल सर्वर्स हो, डेटा स्टोरेज, डेवलपमेंट टूल्स, नेटवर्किंग कैपेबिलिटीज एंड मोर। होस्टेड एट ए रिमोट डेटा सेंटर। और ये सब हमारा कहाँ होस्टेड होता है, कहाँ हमारा सारा डेटा स्टोर्ड होता है? वो हमारे डेटा सेंटर में होता है। और ये डेटा सेंटर किसके होते हैं? हमारे क्लाउड सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स के होते हैं। ठीक है, उन वही जो है उसे मैनेज करते हैं। हमारे बड़े बड़े क्लाउड सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स होते हैं, जैसे हमारे गूगल हो गए, Azure हो गया। दी क्लाउड सर्विस प्रोवाइडर मेक्स दीज रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबल फॉर अ मंथली सब्सक्रिप्शन। और हमें जो है एक मिनिमल सी जो है फी देनी पड़ती है, और बाकी सारा उनका मैनेजमेंट का, उन्हें सिक्योर रखने का जो है खर्चा सारा वो देखते हैं क्लाउड सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स हमारा। Compared to traditional on-premises IT and depending on the cloud services, you select cloud computing. Compared to traditional on-premises IT and depending on cloud services, you select cloud computing helps to do the following. Lower IT cost. Cloud lets you offload some or most of the cost and effort of purchasing, installing, configuring and managing your own ऑन प्रेमिसेस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। ठीक है, ये हमारी काफ़ी सारी जो है कॉस्ट वगैरह कम कर देता है, इंस्टॉलिंग की, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन की, मैनेज करने की, इम्प्रूव एजिलिटी एंड टाइम टू वैल्यू। और इसके साथ साथ हमारा टाइम भी बचाता है। विद क्लाउड with cloud, your organization can start using enterprise application in minutes. Instead of waiting weeks or months for IT to respond to a request, purchase and configure supporting hardware and install software. Cloud also lets you empower certain users, specifically developers and data scientists, to help themselves to software and support infrastructure. तीसरा हमारा स्केल मोर इजीली एंड कॉस्ट इफेक्टिवली। Cloud provides elasticity. Instead of purchasing excess capacity that sits unused during slow periods, you can scale capacity up and down in response to spikes and dips in traffic. You can also take advantages of your cloud provider's global network to spread your application closer to users around the world. The term cloud computing also refers to technology that makes cloud work. This includes some form of virtualized IT infrastructure, servers, operating system software, networking, and other infrastructure that's abstracted using special software so that it can be pooled and divided irrespective of physical hardware boundaries. For example, a single hardware server can be divided into multiple virtual servers. Virtualization enables cloud providers to make maximum use of their data center resources. Not surprisingly, many corporations have adopted the cloud delivery model for their on premises infrastructure so they can realize maximum utilization and cost saving versus traditional IT infrastructure and offer the same self service and agility to their end users. If you use a computer or mobile devices at home or at work, you almost certainly use some form of cloud computing every day, whether it's a cloud application like Google Gmail or Salesforce, streaming media like Netflix, or क्लाउड फाइल स्टोरेज लाइक ड्रॉपबॉक्स। तो हम जो है कहीं न कहीं अपना जो है क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग का यूज़ कर ही रहे हैं डेली में, चाहे वो हमारी जो है गूगल फ़ोटोज़ हो, चाहे हमारे जीमेल हो, नेटफ्लिक्स हो, अमेज़न प्राइम हो। Industry analyst Gartner projected recently that worldwide end users public cloud spending to reach nearly USD 600 billion in 2023. एंड हम अब बात करेंगे IaaS इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस, प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस, सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस। ये जो है हमारे मोस्ट कॉमन जो है क्लाउड सर्विस के मॉडल्स हैं, एंड इट्स नॉट अनकॉमन फॉर एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू यूज ऑल थ्री। और जो है कई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सारी की सारी भी यूज करती हैं सर्विसेज। सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस की बात करेंगे, ऑल्सो नोन एज क्लाउड बेस्ड सॉफ्टवेयर और क्लाउड एप्लीकेशंस, is application software that's hosted in the cloud and that users access via web browser, a dedicated desktop client or an API that integrates with a desktop or mobile operating system. In most cases, software as a service users pay a monthly or annual subscription fee. Some may offer pay as you go pricing based on your actual usage. तो आपकी जितनी यूसेज है आपको सिर्फ उतने के लिए ही जो है पे करना पड़ेगा। In addition to the cost saving, time to value and scalability benefit of cloud, SaaS offers the following: automatic upgrades. With SaaS, users take advantage of new features as soon as the provider adds them without having to orchestrate an on premises upgrade. तो ये जो है ऑटोमेटिक अपग्रेड हो जाता है एंड प्रोटेक्ट भी करता है डेटा लॉस से। वो सारी जिम्मेदारी हमारे क्लाउड सर्विस या फिर जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स हैं उनकी होती है, बिकॉज सर्विस एज software as a service stores applications data in the cloud. With the application, users don't lose data if their device crashes or breaks. SaaS is the primary delivery model for most commercial software today. There are hundreds of thousands of SaaS solutions available, from the most focused industry and departmental applications to powerful enterprise software, database and AI software. अब हम नेक्स्ट बात करेंगे प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस की। प्रोवाइड सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर्स विद ऑन डिमांड प्लेटफॉर्म, हार्डवेयर कंप्लीट सॉफ्टवेयर स्टैक, infrastructure and even development tools for running, developing and managing applications without the cost, complexity and inflexibility of maintaining that platform on premises. With PaaS, the cloud provider hosts everything: servers, network, storage, operating system software, middleware, databases, और कहाँ ये चल रहा होता है सब कुछ at their data center. Developers simply pick from a menu to spin up servers and environment they need to run, build, test, deploy, maintain, update, and scale applications. Today, PaaS is often built around the containers, a virtualized compute model one step removed from virtual servers. Containers virtualize the operating system, enabling developers to package the application with only the operating system services it needs to run on any platform without modification and without need of middleware. Red Hat OpenShift is a popular PaaS built around Docker containers and Kubernetes, an open source container orchestration solution that automates deployment, scaling, load balancing, and more often for container based applications. Next, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service provides on demand access to fundamental computing resources, physical and virtual servers, networking, and storage over the internet on a pay as you go basis. IaaS enables end users to scale and shrink resources on an as needed basis, reducing the need for high upfront capital expenditures or unnecessary on premises or owned infrastructure, and for overbuying resources to accommodate periodic spikes in usage. In contrast to SaaS and PaaS, and even newer PaaS computing models such as containers and serverless, IaaS provides the users with the lowest level control of computing resources in the cloud. IaaS was the most popular cloud computing model when it merged in early 2010s, while it remains the cloud model for many type of workloads. Use of SaaS and PaaS is growing at much faster rate. अब हम बात करेंगे सर्वरलेस कंप्यूटिंग क्या होती है. It is a cloud computing model that offloads all the backend infrastructure management tasks, provisioning, scaling, scheduling, patching to the cloud provider, freeing developers to focus all the time and effort on the code and business logic specific to their application. तो लोग जो है डायरेक्ट अपना काम कर सकते हैं. They don't have to like waste time on managing it or patching it. What's more, serverless runs applications code on a per request basis only and scales the supporting infrastructure up and down automatically in response to the number of requests. With serverless, customers pay only for the resources being used when the application is running. They never pay for idle capacity. FaaS, function as a service की अब हम बात करेंगे, is often confused with serverless computing, when in fact it's a subset of serverless. FaaS allows developers to execute portions of applications code called functions in response to specific events. Everything beside the code, physical hardware, virtual machine operating system, and web server software management, is provisioned automatically by the cloud service provider in real time as the code executes and is spun back down once the execution completes. Billing starts when the execution starts and stops when the execution stops. आपका बिल जो है तब तक ही बढ़ता रहेगा जब तक आपका जो है क्या कहते हैं चल रही है क्लाउड सर्विस आप यूज कर रहे हैं. जैसे ही आपने उसे यूज करना छोड़ दिया आपका बिल बढ़ना बंद हो जाएगा. टाइप्स की बात करेंगे अब हम क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग की. पब्लिक, प्राइवेट एंड हाइब्रिड में होते हैं तीन टाइप्स. पब्लिक क्लाउड इज अ टाइप ऑफ क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग in which a cloud service provider makes computing resources, anything from SaaS applications to individual virtual machines जिन्हें हम VMs भी कहते हैं, to bare metal computing hardware, to complete enterprise grade infrastructures and development platforms available to users over the public internet. These resources might be accessible for free, or access might be sold according to subscription based or pay per usage pricing models. The public cloud provider owns, manages, and assumes all responsibility for the data centers, hardware, and infrastructure on which its customers' workloads run. And it typically provides high bandwidth network connectivity to ensure high performance and rapid access to the applications and data. Public cloud is a multi tenant environment. The cloud provider's data center infrastructure is shared by all public cloud customers in the leading public clouds जैसे कि Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, IBM Cloud, Microsoft Azure, and Oracle Cloud. Those customers can number in the millions. Many enterprises are moving portions to their computing infrastructure to the public cloud because public cloud services are elastic and readily scalable, flexibly adjusting to meet changing workload demands. Others are attracted by the promise of greater efficiency and fewer wasted resources since customers pay only for what they use. Still, others seek to reduce spending on hardware and on premises infrastructures. अब बात करेंगे प्राइवेट क्लाउड की. प्राइवेट क्लाउड इज अ क्लाउड environment in which all cloud infrastructure and computing resources are dedicated to and accessible by one customer only. Private cloud combines many of the benefits of cloud computing, including elasticity, scalability, and ease of service delivery. with the access control, security, and resource customization of on premises infrastructure. A private cloud is typically hosted on premises in the customer's data center, but a private cloud can also be hosted on an independent cloud provider's infrastructure or built on rented infrastructure housed in an offsite data center. Many companies choose private cloud over the public cloud because private cloud is an easier way or the only way to meet their regulatory compliance requirements. Others choose private cloud because their workload is deal with confidential documents, intellectual properties, personally identifiable information जिसे PII कहते हैं, medical records, financial data और other sensitive data. By building a private cloud architecture according to cloud natives principles, an organization give itself the flexibility to easily move workloads to public cloud और run them within a hybrid cloud. एंड नीचे अब हम हाइब्रिड क्लाउड की बात करेंगे एनवायरनमेंट व्हेनेवर दे आर रेडी। तो हम बात करेंगे हाइब्रिड क्लाउड के बारे में। हाइब्रिड क्लाउड इज जस्ट व्हाट इट साउंड्स लाइक, अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट क्लाउड environments. Specifically and ideally, a hybrid cloud connects an organization's private cloud services and public cloud services into a single flexible infrastructure for running the organization's applications and workloads. The goal the goal of hybrid cloud is to establish a mix of public and private cloud resources and with a level of orchestration between them that gives an organization the flexibility to choose the optimal cloud for each application or workload and to move workloads freely between the clouds as circumstances change. This enables the organization to meet its technique and business objective more effectively and cost efficiently than its cloud with public or private cloud alone. अब हम बात करेंगे मल्टी क्लाउड एंड हाइब्रिड मल्टी क्लाउड की। मल्टी क्लाउड इज द यूज ऑफ टू और मोर क्लाउड्स फ्रॉम two or more different cloud providers. Having a multi cloud environment can be as simple using email SaaS from one vendor and image editing SaaS from another. But when enterprises talk about multi cloud, they're typically talking about using multiple cloud services, including SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS services from two or more of the leading public cloud providers. Hybrid multi cloud is the use of two or more public clouds together with a private cloud environment. Organizations choose multi cloud to avoid vendor lock in, to have more services to choose from, and to access to more innovation. But the more cloud you use, each with its own set of management tools, data transmission rates, and security protocols, the more difficult it can be to manage your environment. Multi cloud management platforms provide visibility across multiple provider clouds through a central dashboard where development teams can see their project and deployments. Operations teams can keep an eye on clusters and nodes, and the cybersecurity staff can monitor for threats. Traditionally, security concerns have been the primary obstacle for organizations considering cloud services, particularly public cloud services, in response to demand. However, the security offered by the cloud service providers is steadily outstripping on premises security solutions. Maintaining cloud security demands different procedures and employs skill sets than in legacy IT environments. Some cloud security best practices include the following: shared responsibility for security. Generally, the cloud provider is responsible for securing cloud infrastructure, and the customer is responsible for protecting its data within the cloud. But it's also important to clearly define data ownership between private and public third parties. Data encryption. Data should be encrypted while at rest, in transit, and in use. Customers need to maintain full control over security keys and hardware security modules, user identity, and access management. Customer and IT teams need full understanding of and visibility into the network device, application, and data access. Collaborative management, proper communication, and clear, understandable process between IT operations and security teams will ensure seamless cloud integrations that are secure and sustainable. Security and compliance monitoring. This begins with understanding all regulatory compliance standards applicable to your industry and setting up active monitoring or all connected systems and cloud based services to maintain visibility of all data exchange between public, private, and hybrid cloud environments. तो अभी जो हमारे क्लाउड्स हैं उसमें जो है डेटा एन्क्रिप्शन भी होती है, जो हमारे क्लाउड सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स हैं, वो डेटा एन्क्रिप्शन का भी ध्यान रखेंगे एंड नेटवर्क डिवाइसेज़ और जैसे डेटा एक्सेस होना चाहिए उस वगैरह का भी। क्लाउड यूज़ केसेस अब हम कहाँ-कहाँ हमारा क्लाउड यूज़ होता है विद 25% ऑफ ऑर्गनाइजेशंस प्लानिंग टू मूव ऑल देयर एप्लीकेशंस टू क्लाउड within the next year. It would seem that cloud computing use cases are limitless. But even for companies not planning a wholesale shift to the cloud, certain initiatives and cloud computing are a match made in IT heaven. Disaster recovery and business continuity have always been a natural for cloud because cloud providers provides cost effective redundancy to protect the data against system failures and the physical distance required to recover data and applications in the event of local outage or disaster. All the major public cloud providers offer disaster recovery as service. Anything that involves storing and processing huge volumes of data at high speeds and requires more storage and computing capacity than most organizations can or want to purchase and deploy on premises is a target for cloud computing. Example: big data analytics and Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, particularly machine learning and deep learning applications. For development teams adopting agile or DevOps or DevSecOps to streamline development, cloud offers the on demand end user self service that keeps operation tasks such as spinning up development and test servers from becoming development bottlenecks. Thank you for watching.